Hey guys, I'm doing some QA with the Nucleus-Hermès here. I thought I would share a few insights about how these famous biosignals that we're recording, that we're always reporting. So just casually, I was going to show you a few things that we can do with it. The interface you're seeing right now is from OpenBCI. Shoot out to OpenBCI. I mean, a great device to prototype your systems. Um, on the left, this is where I'll take your attention. So on this graph here, we see the biopotentials as they are being recorded. And I'll show you a few tricks that we can do with them. And obviously I'm wearing the headset. You can see with the webcam, you can see I'll mostly work with facial expressions, eye blink, saccades, so you can see with my face as they happen. On the right here, you have the FFT plot, which is the power over frequencies. I'm not gonna bring attention to it, but people who work in the field know what this graph means and how useful it is. So we'll get started with the first signal I want to show you. So it's a signal that comes from frowning. Frowning is a signal is associated with frustration, anger to a certain level. In this demo, you'll see that as I frown, you'll see these two signals here. You will see them change. So let's just do it. You see, now I'm frowning. I'll just change the scale here. See if I put it to a constant scale, it should be more obvious. Okay, I stop frowning. Now I frown. Stop. Frown. Okay, so this is what we call EMG, so electromyography. It measures muscle, the electric field that results from muscle activity. I'll control now these two channels here, 3 and 4. So I'll make so these are put on the cheeks. I'll do 2 corner smiles on each side, and you'll see how easily I can control each of the channels. So first one, second one, some of you might have noticed that when I do the second one, it radiates to other channel. This has to do with how the whole system is wired. Where the reference is, there's also a bias. So all of this together, this is why we need so much machine learning, filtering, referencing. So we have a lot of tools. Now this is the raw signal, as we call it, so unprocessed. There's only a few filters that are applied, but it's mostly unprocessed. So this is why you see there's always a few contamination. I call it contamination, but it's basically just how when you have multiple contact points, how it behaves. So I'll do again the channel 3, channel 4. And now you probably see everything else is a little bit of radiations of the electric field through mostly the reference here. I'll do channel 8. Channel 8 is on the nose, so I'll do it. So this channel is for disgust, the emotion disgust, repulsion. So when something is gore or repulsing, this is the emotion. It's generally very quick, but this is a signal that you'll see. Now I want to bring you to the most powerful signal that we see is the eye blink. So so obviously there's a few coming here and there. So when we close our eyes, we activate muscles. Also the eye is moving a little bit, and this is a very, very strong signal in what we measure. It's generally considered an artifact, although it can be used as as something that you can use to confirm actions. Okay, it's a little bit weird, but no, you could say, okay, I'll confirm with 3 blinks. It's super easy to measure. I'll show you just the basics, and then I'll show you a fun trick that I actually found this morning. So just an eye blink, one. I'll just change the scale here to auto. It's gonna make it more obvious. So I blink, you see how powerful it is. You see all the scales of the channels actually change when they capture an eye blink. So these discrete artifacts here that you see. Okay, And now I'll show you something. I still can't explain it because I just found it this morning. I know it has to do with the way the system is wired, but I'll do like I'll only close one eye and the other. Okay, and I'll show you something funny. So one eye. Okay, you see it registers on channel 4. The other eye. Now it registers on channel 3. But when I do both, they don't register as strongly. Okay, a little bit if they're... you see, I can control, but if I do both, they basically cancel each other out. So that's super, that's super funny. I didn't notice this before. But I just thought that, and then they register more strongly on 1 and 2. So that's something I just discovered this morning. But I'm working on a slightly different setup than I do usually. So it mostly has to do with how the reference is wired. I just thought that this was super interesting to see that you can that if you do one eye, it registers on different channels. So this is what I was trying to do. But to see that they cancel each other when you do both at the same time, I mean, that's very, very surprising to me. It's part of the, not the mysteries, but it's part of the complexity that comes when you have all these contact points. The dynamics of them is sometimes, even if you know your stuff, you know your field, sometimes it's a little bit hard to predict how things will evolve in practice. Now I'll show you one other trick. It's not going to be very evident. I'll just need to change the filter setting here. So it's saccades. Saccades are eye movements. Now the thing that is a little bit misleading here is that we have a filter that that collects only the data between 1 and 50 hertz. And what happens when you do a saccade is that you have a strong DC component. I call it DC, but I mean just like it's just that you change. The eye is a dipole, electric dipole. So when it moves, it changes the DC offset of the whole system. Because I filter between 1 and 50 hertz, we won't see this DC offset, but what we'll see is the derivative of it. So we'll see the changes, the polarity of the changes, and then you just have, you have to extrapolate what it looks in the DC. So I'll let the signal come down, and then I'll do a left saccade and then a right saccade, and what you'll see is that both have opposing waves. So just wait a little bit. Okay, left saccade, right saccade. Okay, I'll do again and then I'll pause, okay? Okay, you see here, so it goes up and then goes down and up. Same thing here, down and up, because these two are actually on opposite side of the eye. So this is why we see and you see this is why they cancel out when we do eye blinks. So they're actually inverted potential, but you see down, up, up, down. Okay, so those are saccade. Now, if we were to use like a DC, now I can't use it now here because of the way the software works, but if we were to use it, what we will see here is the potential going down, and then staying down, and then going back up. Okay, so this is the derivative that we see here because it's a low pass filter. And that's what I wanted to show you. So I mean, it's just like a quick casual demo of the headset, the Nucleus-Hermès, which will come out in 2024. We still have a few things to tune up, but you can see a little bit of like how the biosignals are generated. What comes after that? When the biosignals are recorded, then there's a whole step of processing that takes place. So we filter them, we can re-reference them, we can do some basic mathematical operation to we do some basic mathematical operation to get the right I'd say angle on the electric field. So this is the basics, and then usually it's a lot of machine learning and more advanced processing that takes place to extract, let's say, facial action coding system. There's also EEG. I don't show EEG here. Their amplitude is much lower, so it's harder to show on a live demo like that. But EEG is also extracted from these signals, and then you need to remove artifacts. So that's the basics of what we do in our field in psychophysiology. So hope you enjoyed and hope it helped. And okay, I'll catch you another time.